Oh boy, here we are. How's it going, everyone? Texas Man back with another video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and a great Halloween season. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. And of course, subscribe if you guys haven't already. And we're going to be talking about Smile 2. And enjoy the video. So, also want to let you guys know I do have a Smile playlist here on the channel. Highly encourage you guys to check it out. It's got all my reaction videos and, of course, my review for the original Smile. The original Smile I really enjoyed just because of it being a horror movie and it offered something different. It offered something unique to the horror franchise, to the horror formula that we haven't had in a very long time. Honestly, the whole horror formula has been beat to death over the past 10, 20 years. It's been very same and similar. When Smile came out, I was like, okay, something new, something fresh, innovative, something similar to trying to reinvent the horror wheel, such as what the first Insidious movie did, such as the original Saw and the original The Conjuring film. But in the past 10 years at least, we've had very similar types of horror movies playing it very safe. This film does the exact same thing. Okay? Smile 2 came out here in 2024. It is rated R and it's about 2 hours long. In case you guys are curious where it takes place timeline wise in this Smile universe, it is a sequel to the original. So, if you guys have seen the original film, you guys know for a fact the doctor slash nurse, she dies and she passes the demonic entity on to her friend, a cop. This film acknowledges those events, and it's like, okay, it's jumped a couple times, and then it gets to this drug dealer, and he kills himself, and he passes it on to this mega super songwriter and singer star that we follow for the rest of the film. So it's jumped a couple times before we get to our main star, pun intended, within this movie. So it is a sequel by and large. Now, while it is a sequel, I'm going to hold firm to this belief that you can watch the original Smile, not watch this movie, and you're good. If you just watch the original Smile, you get a good beginning, middle, and end. If you watch Smile 2, you can understand it. You can understand the entire Smile universe. The film literally spells everything out for you again. Now, that could be a good thing and a bad thing, because if you only watch Smile 2 and you never saw the original, you can watch Smile 2, understand everything, and you're fine. So you can watch both of these movies in complete isolation, not having seen either one, and still have a good time. Now, that's a good thing. The problem with it is that the reason you can watch both of these movies without watching the other in total isolation is because they're both the same movie. Okay? Smile 2 literally adds nothing new to the franchise except for the ending where the demon infects thousands of people at a concert. So it's spread across thousands of people instead of it just being passed on to one person. Kind of curious how they plan to do anything about that in Smile 3, which has been confirmed. But besides the ending, everything is the exact same. The plot is the same as the first one. Okay? So basically, somebody witnesses a suicide. They pass the new demon. They pass the demon to a new host. That new host starts seeing crazy things, start losing their mind. They don't know what's real and what's not. They meet somebody with some knowledge of how to stop the demon and possibly end the cycle. They try to stop it and end the cycle. Obviously, it fails for the sake of the movie to keep going and for them to keep pumping out sequels. And the demon continues the cycle of constantly passing from different host to host to host. Does it sound similar to the original? Yeah, it is. Now, it's funny, I watched this with friends and family, and they're like, well, that's the whole point of the Smile franchise. And I'm like, okay, why are we just doing the exact same plot as the... There's nothing different plot-wise. Like, I get the demon has a set of rules that it has to follow. Break the rules, add new rules, add new lore, add new depth. We don't even understand where this thing originated from. Okay? We've gone from city suburbs and a hospital to city suburbs to a rock concert and another hospital. There's literally another like hospital thing in this film. It's literally the same thing, just with different locations. And I'm just like, why can't they do anything different? Why can't the demon have some different rules? Why can't we get a backstory as to its origin? Like, where did it like come from? Is it really there? Or are people actually committing suicide? What if the demon actually doesn't exist and people are literally just going crazy, insane, and they commit suicide? Like, it's there's nothing new. There's no new lore. There's nothing that expands this universe. Unlike something like, I don't know, the Cloverfield films. Like, the first one felt really good. And then you watch the second, and it's like, okay, you're adding on things. And then you get to the third one, and while it's bonkers with Cloverfield Paradox, and it's a bonkers film, at least it explains things, and it's trying to be bigger and grander. This doesn't do anything. It is very safe, it's very similar, and it's very samey. So, I guess a couple of the good things I want to talk about is it does try to play with reality again, and it makes you guess what's real and what's not again. You're always guessing what's actually real, and I like that aspect of the Smile franchise, but I'll be honest, about halfway through, I almost started falling asleep. And that's not a good sign. Like, I saw this at 4 p.m. Okay? I had a monster a couple hours beforehand. I should have been able to survive a 2-hour horror film. But at 4 in the afternoon, when the movie started, about 5 o'clock, I started like, I almost fell asleep. And my brother was sitting right next to me. He's like, you okay? I'm like, no, I'm bored. I'm bored. And there's nothing in this film that is scary. Yeah, there's a couple jump scares in the movie, but a jump scare is not a scary move. It doesn't equal a scary movie. It just makes your heart pounce and make you jump out of your seat a couple times. Also, this film is very violent. It's very gory. It has a lot of heavy language for no reason. Okay, I know the original Smile was rated R as well. It had some language, it had gore, and it was slightly violent as well. But it was more on the scare factor because you didn't know what was happening to people. You didn't understand everything in the first movie. You didn't understand what the demon looked like. Now that we know all these things, you have to add something new to the franchise to justify a sequel. This film doesn't justify its own existence. It's the exact same thing, but with a lot more violence, a lot more gore, a lot of language. Like, there is a scene, a flashback scene in this movie where they drop the F-bomb like at least 15, 20 times. And I'm just like, uneducated people talk like that. Also, uneducated screenwriters talk like that. If you can't write a good script and all you can do is fill in your film with a bunch of vulgar language, you don't have a good movie. Okay, that's plain and simple. As somebody who wrote a bunch of small books and novels when I was in high school and college, no, they're not published, so don't ask me. But I aced my classes. As somebody who wrote a bunch of small books and novels, I never wrote anything vulgar that way. Like, I had to expand my brain and come up with ways for people to talk intelligently, both the good guys and the villains. And there's just so much vulgar language in here, and I'm just like, come on, can we get to a plot? Can we get to some character development? Can we get to a scare? I think the only thing there's only two things in this film that I think that are innovative. First off is the ending, like I stated. And then the second thing is there's a scene in the second act, I think, where the demon, it kind of like multiplies into a bunch of humans that are smiling, and it starts trapping the main star in her apartment, and it's going through this hallway. And I liked that aspect. I liked it. That was cool. That was innovative on the horror formula. Something I haven't seen personally. But overall, I was bored by this movie. It is one of the worst horror movies and one of the worst movies of this year that I have seen. So, unfortunately, guys, I have to give this film a 2 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. I am working on my Venom: The Last Dance review. That should be out soon, hopefully before the end of Halloween, if not early November. I do apologize for the delay for this film's review and for the Venom review. I was sick last week, so I didn't get a chance to see it, but obviously I'm doing much better. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Happy Halloween season. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.